TeamRTFC.baconicecream.com.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Evercast, your weekly dose of Evercade business. I'm one of your hosts, Rich, Bacon Ice Cream, and Team RTFC, alongside Classic Gaming.
Hey,
what's going on? Come on.
Good,
And we got Joe down here. What's going on? What's going on?
Good.
So we are Edless this weekend.
Edless.
Hey, are you sure? Are you sure he's not here?
Could be here.
I think I heard him.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thought I was gonna have a day hearing that.
He is here in spirit. That's
Yes.
awesome.
I feel like he's gonna have an aneurysm every time he does that intro. It's like, oh my god, dude! Don't
Oh, that's awesome. That is the best. Yeah, he's out helping the fam.
He's moving.
Family
The worst
first.
job ever.
It is
Someone
it is
helping
really not
someone
great.
move.
I was that person a couple weekends ago. I will tell you, it's not pleasant. So we wish him well, and then hopefully he'll be recharged and ready to go for next week. But let's take a little bit and say hi to the chat. What's going on, Rigatoni?
Hey, chat.
Right on time. Yes. Dan Ruff, how's it going? Dan Nastic, how's it going? DJ, how's it going? Milt V, what's up? Ziggy, how's it going, man? Ryan's here. How's it going?
Yep.
What's up? Ballistic Coffee Boy and Al. I think. We got a whole bunch more people in. Jason Stryers, Chris Westerman, Ian Hobbies, Mark Delve. What is going on? Yes, and we did get the KillDashNine in. So was it slow news week, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Everything they just do everything on one day. It's like, really?
I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. But first, before we get into that, what's been going on in the week, guys? What have you been doing?
Oh man, I've been busy. I put up.
Me too, man.
I actually have a video. I had a video yesterday put up. I have a video that actually went up right before this. I have a video going up tomorrow and a video going up Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with a video I put up that about a game on the DS that all of a sudden got 9,000 views. I'm like, the Intellivision lives. I'm like, what happened there? Like, tell me what happened, YouTube. Like, how did the obscure game? I think they must have put it in the algorithm for Amico because of all the hot garbage going around on that system lately. I still can't explain it. Like,
it just picked up. I mean,
it's an okay video, but all of a sudden
people are like, "Hey, I got to get that.
Gotta get that Intellivision Lives on DS." And it's funny because that video was done like 3 weeks ago, and it just come out during a week in which I had no idea that this news was going to drop from Evercade.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I still don't understand. I understand. I'm like,
did it start gaining views after that Intellivision Collection 2 announcement? Or?
I think so. Yeah, because it come out. It come out before that. So I think it's probably tied to the other stuff going on. But it's
funny.
It got featured on YouTube Home, whatever that means, or YouTube recognition.
It's not even just that. If I went to Google and I was searching like Intellivision Collection 2, I think I was just looking for an image of the box that I could never find, and I think your video popped up in the search.
Yeah, it was crazy, right? Like, I'm not understanding what's going on. So anyway, it's been a fun week trying to figure that out. But yeah, it was busy week at work and life. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Pretty good week though.
Nice.
As always. I mean, we talk and play video games and to get away from real life. It's fun, right?
That's right. Yeah. Well, and over here it's been,
Oh yeah. Ballistic said because the DS, 3DS, and Wii shops were shutting down. That's probably why. Yeah, that's why. Oh, well, thank you, YouTube and News and Nintendo, because it's bringing. I'm almost close to like 600 subs because of that video.
Yeah,
I think I should just convert to DS.
Just that one video.
I should just do DS videos from now on. That's it. I'm only going to do DS stuff on my channel.
You know what? That's the way things work in YouTube. That's the way a lot of people and a lot of subscribers. They do a lot of different things, and then the thing that gets the most amount of views is the thing they just focus on from then on out.
Yeah, maybe I become a DS, rebrand as a DS. DSP. 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 No, wait. What is it? Diamond Dallas page?
Yeah, that's DDP. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, that's been very interesting.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we've been checking along over here. Still haven't hit the true Monday through Friday.
It wasn't Thursday yesterday. You put a video out and said, "Well, it's Thursday."
Yeah,
I'm like,
Rich,
Rich, great video. It's Friday.
I joked about it. It's fun.
I'm like, Rich is having a week.
yeah, that's true. I did get through a little foreshadowing. I caught up to cartridge 10 in my Fun for Fives.
Okay.
Sweet.
So I did Technos last night. That's on the channel. So you guys want to check that out? That's cool. But yeah, we're going to be talking about another.
Wow, what a week though of news. Started last week, right, with the teaser and.
Yep.
Yeah, I wound up having to make 3 reaction videos yesterday. One of them not Evercade related.
Yeah. My reaction video is going to be right now.
Well, I was happy.
You haven't seen it yet? You haven't seen it yet? Or
well, I watched the trailers.
Okay.
I put them out on socials, and I was like, oh, hey, these are awesome. Take a look at them. But I didn't actually get into the meat and potatoes of how I feel about any of that stuff. I mean, everyone did videos. You guys did videos. Ed did videos.
Mine was the easiest video ever because I had all the video already captured from my DS video.
From your DS.
Because it was just, great. This is the list. I'm like, oh, that one I got, that one I got, that one I got. I'm like, oh man. Because videos for me take less than 2 hours to make because I'm
I saw you posted it somewhere and it's to me it feels like I worked 2 hours on a video, but really it was 2 days.
Yeah, no, it's just I guess it's just that's my secret power, I guess, because I don't care. I just do one take, and if I can't do it in one take, I don't do the video.
I'm kind of with you on that though, Pete.
I just have to. I got.
I do.
But your videos are much better polished than mine.
I screwed that up. Then I repeat the same thing, and then I go in and I edit. This is not necessary. I edit it out. Oh, let me put this take in this place.
You care a lot more than I do. I just like talking about I'm an amateur radio operator kind of guy. I just want to get up, spit what I'm saying, and talk to people. You're much more polished in that than I am. That's a good take there, Pete. It is kind of like that. You just want to just throw your stuff out in the world, and whoever gets it gets it. Right? This is for fun for me, right? Same as Crow is fun for him. It's just he cares more than me. The video I did for the new Pinball Effects on Thursday. I had written the script, and I went through it, and I recorded it. You wrote a script. I wrote a script, and I have a makeshift teleprompter. And I went through it, and I made 3 separate videos. Crow News at 11. It's that's awesome. That's why I liked your channel before. We even talked about stuff in that. It's just I like watching polished YouTubers, but I'll never aspire to be that. I just have. You know what my favorite thing is to do a video and then get in comments and chat with people. Yep. And answer all the comments and see their reaction. That's my favorite thing about doing a video. It's always been that way. It's I get to be 2 weeks before I realize, I never really replied to anybody. Yes, yet. I know. I've given up chatting to you through comments. I should probably reply to everybody. Respond to one? Yeah. I like the YouTubers who don't even respond. They just heart your comments. I'm like, so you love that idiotic comment? That's at least a little bit of effort. That's no effort. Anyway, well, that's been fun. But we got lots to talk about. I guess, Rich, we should probably go because we'll start muddying the waters and talking about all of it at one time. But anyway, chat, hope you're doing well. Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump in. We got new carts. We got new carts to talk about. We do, and they were freaking. Yeah. Which one do you want to talk about first? I'd say we go Intellivision. The second. The what was it? The something Morphcat. Who names these companies? Are you just thinking out? Let's take 2 English words, put them together, and it'll sound good. It's seriously. Hey, okay. This trailer was way too long, by the way. Evercade, Yeah. No, but that makes sense. It's a arcade in your hand, right? It's But this trailer, my first reaction was, "Whoa, 6 minutes." Yeah, that's what I was like. I was watching it, and I was like, "Man, they're focusing on this game for a really long time." It's gosh, it's like those movie trailers where you see the entire movie in the trailer. I'm like, I don't need to see the movie now. I'll wait for video. It's this one's do I really need to play this game? Because pretty sure they just finished it in front of my eyes.
So I have like a bunch. I don't know really anything about this game. Does anybody like you guys?
I've never heard of it. I know I heard the name, never played it, never followed it. So for me, my initial reaction was Kid Icarus a little bit because that's the only reference I have making your way up a level. But then I thought about Towerfall from a heart style kind of point of view. Like I don't know what this game is, but I'm so glad you can play solo and it's not forced co-op, which is cool.
If it is solo,
or 4 players.
But would it just be one character, or would the other characters be CPU controlled? That was the question.
So you're asking me to do research and work, and I won't do that. But anyway, you want to go back to that other one?
Yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this one here looks really good. It's like one of those side-scrolling ones where the level pushes you across, except you're going up, right?
Yeah, I would think that it's auto-scrolling.
Kid Icarus is a good analog there.
It looks fun, but I play most of my Evercade stuff solo, so I'm just glad it's got some, because there's no online play, right? So but yeah, I think it could be like boss fights. You got me right there, so that means it's going to be more than just
this game,
going up.
Yeah, basically all the games they showed on the cartridge, this one looks the most interesting to me.
I thought so, but it's not for me. But we'll get to that in a bit. What are they shooting anyway?
A ghost.
Well,
no, what are they shooting? Like, is it magic beams or it looks like boomerangs?
Yeah, it's magic. Yeah. It's magic.
Do we finally have a game in which a boomerang is being thrown?
Well, they're not boomerangs because it's not spinning.
That is true. Yes.
It's like a psycho wave.
Right? Yeah. It's like a beam.
But you think they are mages, so it's got to be magic.
Magic mages.
That's micro mages.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I think this one's going to be pretty dope, actually. Like, I love the art style. Seems like it's a little bit too good for NES, but it was created with NES hardware, so.
Yep.
Well,
this looks like a 16-bit game in some. Like, it looks like it got that quasi 8-bit, 16-bit look.
Well, they could do more with these games on older hardware now than they could back then. Also, even back then, it would depend on the chips that they would include in the cartridge, which would determine the abilities of the game.
Didn't this like had to get fit down into like 40 meg or 40K or something like that of memory? This game, they mentioned in their press release.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Anyway, I just think it's going to be fun, Rich. So that's like
it looks fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's action.
I'm in on it too.
I like how when they die, there's a splattering of blood everywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of gross. not a kid game, not PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, yeah.
All right. So, yep. Bobble?
I would say it's Bubble.
Bubble?
Bubble. Like Bubble.
How do you pronounce the O with the 2 little lines on top of it?
I think it's just supposed to be Bubble.
Or Booble? Yeah. Boob. It's Boob. Boop.
The umlaut, right?
This is a game like I know it. I'm not really going to enjoy that much because it got that vibe of Flea, Super Meat Boy, where you got it's avoidance space. Like this is all avoidance space.
Yeah,
probably not a game that depends if the checkpoints are forgiving. I might enjoy it more.
You know what this game kind of reminded me of? You ever hear of a game called Bubble Ghost? It's like Bubble Ghost is like where you play a ghost, but you're blowing a bubble around the castle, and you just trying not to pop the bubble. It seems like almost the same thing to me, except here you're actually controlling the bubble.
Yeah, this definitely like it seems like it might be intriguing to me, but the punishment level, if it's too severe, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's why I like a Flea.
Like it too much.
Flea was okay for a few minutes. Super Meat Boy was.
I really liked Flea, and I don't care how punishing the game is. That's what save states are for.
Yeah, I know, but for me, let's So this one here is I don't know. I'll have to play it right and see how good the jump is, because the jump and the floatiness of it is important for these types.
That's
of
true.
games.
Yeah, controls are definitely be.
Yeah,
100%.
It looks okay though. It looks like it's less, like it's kind of more forgiving than the some other games in the genre, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really like the visual style of this one though. For some reason, it looks like a Master System game in a lot of ways.
You're right. It does look less like an NES game than
just the color palette, right? It's more the color palette. It's more Master System.
Yeah, I don't mind it. But then again, I love Master.
Well, that's just pure aesthetics. There's nothing wrong with the game. It doesn't make the game bad or anything. It's just for me, it's like the visual, what I'm seeing, it could add different. Like I'm more like the darker tones, like the first one, what we saw, like that type of kind of graphic look. But
Oh, you know what? I think I owned that game at one point. Soul Bubble. I don't
Bubbles.
think I ever played it.
Oh, bubbles. Oh, on the DS. Well, now that I'm a DS channel, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Wasn't that game a Toys R Us exclusive?
Soul
one?
Bubbles?
Soul Bubbles.
You're asking the wrong people. We didn't even
I don't know, but yeah, DS. I was out of the
I'm
game
asking-
by then.
Oh, you're asking chat.
Yeah.
So this is Joust. This reminds me a
Yeah, I
lot
was
of
gonna say
Joust.
this is like Joust in a maze, and I like
Joust in
that.
a maze, yeah.
That was
Pretty
just
much.
like a platformer, yeah.
Why seagull of all the birds to choose? Why
It's not a seagull; it's a space gull.
Yeah, that's why I think. That's why they went with it, because the name, it made sense.
It's awesome.
Seagull, space gull.
I'm all about this.
Yeah, this game looks amazing. I can't wait to play this game.
It's like if
Now this looks like a
Mega
Mega Man look to it in a lot of ways.
For sure.
The levels, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Well, even some of the way, like, you know, with the way that the enemies explode when you defeat them, like, and all that kind of stuff. The way that,
Yeah.
You know, you've got the life bar, you've got the, you know, interesting level design. Well, let's go back there.
Yeah, let's go back because Space Gull deserves more of a look because I think this could be the breakout game.
Space Gull.
Yeah.
Oh, look, see that? Like what we just saw was that Space Gull or was that Bones? Anyway, it could have kind of looked like a. Anyway, we'll get back to it. See, this has got a really Mega Man up vibe to me from the visual aesthetics of it.
Well, I think it might be the spikes and the skulls.
Spikes, but even the blocks, right? The blocks that frames out the background.
Yeah.
The walls.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I feel like when, like, I have these initial reactions where I look at stuff, and that's my. Oh, this is obviously Joust meets Mega Man meets, you know, a bunch of other games. But this one looks super fun. Now, it depends on how the flying works, right? Because Joust has a certain unique control to the hovering to flying mechanic.
Yeah.
So this one has to have that. Is he dropping eggs on him?
No, I think he's just.
That's just coming from.
That's the enemies just dropping to the ground.
Yeah, this one I'm super excited for. Like this is in the top. I'd probably say it's between this and the next one, I think.
Well, actually, yeah, I think for me it's between this one and Micro Mages, and I just have this feeling like I'm gonna like Micro Mages just a little bit more. But
yeah,
again,
we only saw really one level of Micro Mages, right? Like it just felt like we were just going up one level.
I think it showed a little bit more than just one level, but you know, again, but yeah.
So this has got the stupidest name ever in a video game.
Super Bat.
Because apparently it's a full game. It's not a demo. They just didn't change the title.
Really?
That's what people are saying.
Well, it's a game in that you can play from start to finish, but technically it's not complete.
Well, I'll judge it if it's more than 20 minutes. It's probably more than a demo, right? Isn't that?
Well, I guess the developer, when they made the game back in 2011, I think they intended on adding more, which is why it's still called a demo, but they never did.
Apparently, though, people are saying in the Evercade Discord that it's a finished game. So I don't know. There's confusion there. But this one looks like the game that's more my jam. If you like, you guys obviously know this is kind of my jam, right? Side-scrolling action games like this.
Action platformer, yeah.
Action platformers is my jam, right? So I think this one is I'm gonna enjoy if it's longer than 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think this game, we'll find out when we play it, but I think it's just going to be really short. And I think if it actually was a full game, they'd actually count it as a full game on the box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I think I really like that approach that they only count 3 games and the rest are bonuses. That's a smart marketing idea because I like that idea of throwing in bonus demos or slices, and not count it as the collection because you know you don't want to paint yourself into like what happened with the Runius thing, right? That kind of was misleading. And I know like there was a lot of things. I'm not blaming Evercade or Blaze or anything like that, but it was a poor decision on branding that cart with that until after people pre-ordered and got it that it was just a demo, right?
That game, well, it's a demo, but it's actually only missing a couple levels.
Yeah, exactly. I know, but that's semantics, right? But at the end of the day, people feel the way like I do, and other people feel the way. It's like, okay, tell us it's unfinished, and before we pre-order it, so we make an informed decision. That's all I'm saying. So I like the fact that they did this.
I was disappointed until I played what was actually there, and then I was like, well, actually, there's more here than I thought there would be.
Yeah, I would agree with that too, from what I've played of it. But yeah, so this one really excites me. Like, if it's again longer than a demo.
Yeah, well, and who knows? Maybe the community really attaches this one in the collection, and
They
it
should
brings
finish
up
it.
something that, like, hey, yeah, get somebody in the original team or somebody else to
Get
come in.
Megacat developed. They like Megacat and all these studios they're working with, Pico and all that. They must know. Like, if this is good,
Yeah,
spend a little money and finish it.
Yeah, get it finished.
I'll
and
go
then
buy the
put it out
license
in
if I like
on
it.
Their collection, right? Yeah.
Hey, Rich, I'll go buy the license if I like it and get someone to finish it for me.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like, here's $1,000. Finish this game for me.
I'm all about that. But yeah, anyway, as for me, this is definitely another one that I'm intrigued by. I just love discovery, right? So this whole cart for me is another one of those games, another one of those collections. It's just like, let's get in here and play a whole bunch of games that I just don't know anything about.
But there
Yeah.
has to be enough content in there for something, because I do see people selling cartridge versions of that as well.
What one?
The Super Bat, the demo, the Super Bat Puncher demo.
Yeah, so that's what I've heard. They're saying it's more than a demo. They just didn't change the name. So I think there's some confusion with that. So if they can just clarify, if like Ryan and him can say, yeah, it's actually almost a complete game. It's more than just a demo. I think definitively would. But there's, like, to your point, right? The fact that they didn't count it in the collection number leads me to believe that's probably in between a demo and an unfinished game somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. And that's okay. I'm fine. They didn't count it in the collection. This one I'm confused with. What is this? Is this an expansion or just a remaster of the first game? Because it's never been released.
I wouldn't say it's
any
a
hardware.
remaster. I would say it's just the original game again, but with different levels.
So it's Super Mario 2, the Japanese version?
No, I
It's
wouldn't
like
say that either, because even Super Mario Brothers 2, the Japanese version, had differences from the original game.
Yeah, but it was mostly 80% a reusing of all the same assets and design.
Mostly, but not really. Even the physics were a little bit different.
Not that much though.
Yeah, well, still they were different, even if it wasn't that much.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. This feels like more of a Super Mario 2 perhaps, or like
I think this is just more levels based from the first game. Like if there was a level editor, or content, it would just be extra levels for that.
I hope it's not as hard as Super Mario 2. This is the Japanese version. That game is punishing.
Awesome. But yeah, no, I mean, this one, it seems like there's a little more elements in the, like, ongoing on the screen. It does look a little more difficult.
Looks harder. That's
but that sometimes is like second quest material, right? Like they add a little.
Yeah, I think that would be a good parallel, like second quest for like Zelda.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, probably. Yeah, much better. Oh yeah, like little checkpoint system there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
a little flag, so that means you don't have to restart level. Somebody asked a good question. Yeah, when is Ronius's Tale going to get updated with the final version?
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Did they ever finish that?
They never finished that? See, that was I got so much bad comments when I got mad at Ronius Tale. People said, "Oh, they're going to finish it. They're going to put it on the cart. Don't worry about it. You're making too much of this."
Here's the reason I couldn't get
it's
too
still
mad.
Not done. Where is it?
Even for an incomplete game, it was still. I still played it longer than some of the other completed games on that cartridge.
Oh, I agree too. Like there's some games here, like Combo Tribes. I've played no more than 5 minutes of it. Not because I don't want to. It's just I've played Ronius's Tale.
No, I meant longer than that. What I mean by that is, by the time I played all the content of Ronius's Tale, it took me longer than playing all the content of other games that were on that.
Oh yeah, especially the Hindi Heroes collection, right? Where you can finish certain games in 30 minutes, right? So
exactly, yeah.
I wouldn't say, yeah. I guess I just I just don't want to give it out there to them that this is supposed to be a finished game. When is it going to get finished? Like you owe that to the community.
I agree. They should have waited for that game to be completed before they included it in any collection. But
yeah, well, that's done now.
Or they could have said this is a demo and not included it in the game.
That goes back to my only complaint was and I think it's because when they decided to put it on there, they probably had assurances it was going to be the finished ROM, and then crap happened with the developer. Yeah, and it was too late, and they got out in front of it too late. That's the big thing. They should have just. And they, I think, handled it well post that. It's just that I'm glad they learned from that and decided.
And that's why there was the little card insert inside the box saying it wasn't complete instead of just in the manual or whatever.
So for me, I am like this curtain in general. This is what I want Evercade for. I don't want it for like Ghouls and Ghosts collections and Street Fighter collections and Contra collections. I don't want that. Like I can play those on everything else, and I actually prefer to play it on a lot of other stuff. This is what I want. These little unique collections are. I think that's what Evercade's getting all the accolades for. Is this like all the big YouTubers, which people say, oh, it's big YouTubers, but that's the first thing they talk about, like the Metal Jesuses, the RGTs, and all that. They say these games are a cheap alternative to buying the Renovation Collection for $1,600, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about it. I'll save it, but we'll talk about that scenario in the Intellivision Collection. Because they've got games on there that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and nobody can get anymore.
Yeah. Well, what do you say?
I'm thinking about selling my Intellivision Collection, though, because I found out certain prices of some of the things I got is worth a fortune. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need those dusty boxes anymore. I'm just going to sell them.
Yeah, that's stuff I've done years ago. I was like, wow, look how much this is worth. I'm going to put it on eBay.
Right?
Lemon pie. Speak for yourself, Pete. I don't know what you're referencing. I say a lot of stuff on here.
Nice.
I'm a master debater.
So what did we say? We jump into that Intellivision Collection 2 announcement.
Well, no, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the this collection. I just shared mine. I think it's epic. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I you is like the indie game aspect. I mean, I like the indie game aspect too, but I like the variety. So they could literally put anything on there, and if it's a game, I'm at least a little bit interested in, I'll be happy to to play it. It doesn't matter if it's something that I could have already bought on a $3 cartridge or something that's super rare or something that I've never heard of before. I just it's just the. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing?
Well, the fact that it's on there makes me go and look up more about the game. Learn more about it.
Yeah, it makes you like, oh my gosh, did I miss a whole segment of games from this publisher?
Yeah.
And one thing I will say, I'll correct myself in saying I don't care about a Capcom and Contra collections, but I do in one way, because it'll guarantee if they ever come to the Evercade, all of the games will be on the cart as opposed to DLC.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is these obscure titles, it's like you end up finding out more about them. Whereas if it was something like Contra, it's like everybody already knows everything about Contra. You're not going to really learn anything new about it.
Yeah, that's true. But no, Lemon Pie, he says Contra. I love Contra too, dude. Like, I love all those games. Don't mistake me. It's just I have them on everything else. But at least anyway, we get them all on one cart as opposed to like that new Capcom Fighter collection's coming out. On the you don't get them all on the cart.
Oh no!
Apparently some of them you have to download. Yeah, that's the scuttlebutt.
That really sucks.
Exactly. Because they all can't fit on the smallest cart for Nintendo they make. I think it's 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabyte.
Right.
All of them can't fit on there with all their extra stuff they're doing with it. Like So apparently the scuttlebutt is, I think you got to download two or three of them. I don't know for sure though. I'm still looking because I won't pre-order it until I know for sure.
Yeah, I haven't done anything either. I was really excited for that because it has all the Darkstalkers games.
Yes, I got Darkstalkers on my PSP. I love that fighting game.
Yeah, I have it too. Yeah, it's great.
That's why, because I think it's the PSP version that's going on there, maybe, or the PS2 version.
I don't know
of which Darkstalker.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know which one. Which Darkstalker?
PSP version. That was a combination of all those arcade.
So it's probably.
It's the arcade version. It's the
arcade version. So they shouldn't have a big memory imprint.
Yeah, none of those games should have a huge memory imprint, which is why I would find it surprising that. But then again, they did that. Capcom did that for the Mega Man collections.
Yeah,
they put one collection on the cartridge and made you download the other collection.
Yeah, it's
even though technically all those games should have fit on, but they had it. But I looked up the sizes of those games, and they added just so much additional content into the second one that in order to include it all, they either had to get a bigger game card or make it download, and they just made a download, and I didn't buy it.
I like Ballistic Boy's comment. We will buy them all anyways, and I'm like, yep, because I've already said since day one, I will buy every collection Evercade puts out.
Yep.
I did, and I stand by it because I bought Worms.
Yeah.
I would have bought that.
Yeah.
You didn't need to twist my arm to buy that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna buy Gremlins. Nothing really excites me on Gremlins.
I think I said that in one of the videos that either I put out recently or is coming out, where I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy this anyway because I have all the collections so far. So why stop now?
Yeah, and I like again, it's about supporting a company that's doing good, right? They're like they haven't screwed us over yet.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
They haven't done anything bad yet. I mean, so I'm gonna support them.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me and Morphcat, I mean, I think it's another
stupid name.
It's another one of those things where it's discovery, right?
Yeah.
You know, like I haven't played these games. I didn't get a chance to play them. And in their original releases, the Micromage game, I think was a 40 or 50 on its own when they did the release for just that cart. So getting them all in a collection, yeah, let's do this. I'm ready. I'm ready to see.
Kind of odd that we have Morph Cat when we already had Mega Cat.
Yeah, I know, right? What's with the
there
cat?
Needs to be another cat. There's some other cat developer. Just
Mega Cat, Morph Cat.
Mega
is there
Cat.
another Cat Studios?
We can make up some Mud Cat.
Mud Cat. Psycho Cat.
Oh my gosh.
It's got to start with an M.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Monster Cat.
Monster Cat. Marvelous Cat.
Marvelous Cat. Mega Cat. Oh, well, we already did Mega Cat.
Yeah, there's already a Mega Cat. Yeah, Micro Cat. You could do Micro Cat.
Micro Cat. Macro Cat.
Macro Cat. Yeah.
Mania Cat.
Just cat face.
Marvelous Cat.
Yeah. Marvelous Cat.
Mocat.
Mocat.
Mocat games.
Mad Cat.
Mad Cat.
All right.
Well, there is a Mad Cat, right?
There is. Yeah, they make hardwares, right?
Oh, that's spelled with a C. That's spelled with a K instead of a C.
Oh yeah, and a Z at the end, right?
Yes, because you know it's attitude.
Yes, because nothing says attitude. And switching a C to a K. I don't know if I'm a company I'd want to do that. Get rid of the C and put a K there. Like, come on. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. So, wait, what is? I don't know what that means, but
I don't know. I'm the mod on Rich's channel, and I had to he put a smiley face on, and I had to unhide it. So apparently, that emoticon he put in first.
Oh no!
Obscene.
Oh my goodness.
Sean, what's with you?
So let's get into Intellivision 2, right?
Yeah, the big announcement, really.
This is pretty huge. Let's
It's a big cart, right?
Huge, 12 games.
Oh, you started with the best.
You know, it is one less game than Collection 1.
Mm.
Yeah, Collection 1 had 15.
And we're not getting an indie game on here.
I'm okay because we're getting tired.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're excited about this, but I have when I see this, all I see is something that's potentially really complicated.
No, it's not. It's super, super simple. Trust me. It is the overlay is the complicated part. So
okay, that's what I was gonna say. Do you use the overlay a lot?
No, only for selecting your inventory and picking up stuff. That's about it.
Okay, so
yeah, this game is so much fun. I love this.
It shouldn't be a problem to pull up the virtual keypad to select.
Yeah, you don't need to do it all the time. It's just when you defeat an enemy or something you want. But yeah, Tower of Doom. Don't sleep on this game. This game is epic. Like I said, it has two types of ways to play. It was one of my favorite games of that era of all games. Like I just love it so much.
Is this a Dungeons and Dragons game?
No, Tower of Doom is not. No.
Okay, no. I thought it was. I thought it was like Cloudy Mountain, and then
there's Treasure of Carmen.
Treasure of Carmen. I thought this might be like the third one.
Yeah. Not that I know of. Not my box of it is just never had Dungeons and Dragons on it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either on mine.
No.
Nothing that really.
What I love about it is you can switch your weapons out. Right, that's what you use to overlay. So you got your default sword, but you can get your throwing axe to use in this part of the dungeon. Because when you go so basically, if you can kill them before you get to them, and by throwing the axe at them, right?
Yeah.
Or your other weapons, and you get to
there's an escalator.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's the difficulty gives you different maps, right? And you got to clear it by default. I think you get first 6 levels is novice, and you go down and you got to go through a ladder of a series of exploration. I don't know. I just think this game is very fun. Lots of time. You can spend a lot of time playing this game and having fun.
Do you know what the
Absolutely.
plot is? Do you know why we're in the Tower of Doom?
Yeah, because there's an evil that you have to vanquish.
Okay, so that's the goal. You're not looking for trouble.
I don't want to spoil it because it's in the manual. The manual I have is a story synopsis of it.
Mhm.
And anyway, I don't like talking story, but anyway, it's super fun.
I do, because there was one game I played on one of the previous collections. I was like, what am I doing in this game? And I had to hunt down the story because it wasn't easy to find, and I was glad I did.
Yeah. Well, and
It was Liberator.
This one's based. This one's got a lot of influence with Gateway to Apshai and those types of games that came in on a bunch of different systems. It's got a lot of, but this one is probably Gateway to Apshai is more of an exploration, don't know what's around the next corner kind of game, and this one here is kind of more action, which I like. So anyway, I think,
and I think it's a good
strongest on the card by far.
Yeah, and it's a good technical showpiece for the Intellivision too, because it's like, you don't think that like a system like this would be able to output a game like this, and they somehow got it to work.
The Intellivision is a 16-bit system.
That's true.
It's like as much as the Turbo Graphics is a 16-bit system.
Well,
it's
actually,
like
the Intellivision is more of a 16-bit system than the TurboGrafx is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just the graphics, the dedicated graphics chip.
The whole
missing on the Intellivision where it's not
the
on
whole
the
bit war thing is just a marketing thing.
Yeah, that's all.
They pick one chip that has the bandwidth, and they say, "Oh, that's the 16-bit."
It's a lie. The bit is a lie. But anyway, yeah, it's great. It's great.
I'm looking forward to how
I
this
would have paid $20 to have this physical myself.
Yeah,
like just this game.
Yeah,
but
no, it's good. It's good.
Oh, auto racing.
Auto racing.
There's a question that came up, and I don't know if you've seen Papa Pete's. I don't know. Did Papa Pete do a video on this game? I think
probably did.
I found out for him that there's actually 2 different versions of auto racing with 2 different control schemes.
Yeah, I think there is. There's a lot. There's a few different, like Cloudy Mountain. As the Cloudy Mountain game is 3 different versions of that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
based on their release.
I wonder what control scheme we're gonna get, or maybe we get the option.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this game in general. To be honest with you, it's just not my jam. But a lot of people like it. There's a cool video on the web of somebody going off the track and going, it's an endless track. You just go off.
Oh, yeah, I did see the video, yeah.
You go off,
you can just drive in a straight line because there's no obstacle.
And you're gone. But this is a good like graphical showcase to the system. Like, people like this is a decent looking game, right? Like for the time. Remember, this was Auto Racing's 84, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I can't remember.
But yeah, you still you're
probably
getting
showing on the screen,
polygons in the background, like kind
of. It was probably shown on the screen what year this came out. I'm thinking it's 83.
I think it's got to be earlier than that. I would say 80.
1980.
80. There you go. For 1980,
it's still not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad for a 1980 game.
Yeah, and I kind of enjoy this one. But I like racing games, right? So
they're hit or miss in this era for me.
They are. Well, most of them were kind of like almost like a slot racer, right? You know, like you're moving either in a straight line or like you have a top down thing, but you're just moving left and right and just avoiding things that are coming at you. Where this one actually, like, you have some control over where you're going.
Yeah, because it's either this view or the pole position enduro view of that time, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You either got the back traditional racing look or this look, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And most of the ones that are in this top down are like just things falling at you, and you have to avoid them. And that's
I probably play this a lot more now than I ever did on my Intellivision.
Yeah,
about that auto racing.
It really depends on how it controls. I think
control is key for all these games, right?
Right, absolutely. Does it control well in the original Intellivision?
Again, it's like it depends on what version you have.
Not my version; it doesn't control that well.
Exactly.
Because either steering is determined what in the direction you point makes the car go in that direction on the screen, or it's standard left and right. And I don't know which one is better.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see when it comes out.
Yeah.
So.
No, he crashed.
Yeah. There we go.
Mountain
it's just Was this just originally U.S. skiing? And they
This was the U.S. I believe
Yeah.
this was the branded U.S. national team skiing that got rebranded after they lost the license.
So I find it
But I'm
confusing.
not an television historian, so that's not what
Yeah,
I'm.
I don't like
I think you're right.
why
Because-
they put such a long name on this game.
Because there's
Yeah,
three
just
skiings,
skiing.
right? There's skiing, there's U.S. national skiing, I believe, and then versions of it, and there's this one. That's
Yep.
pretty cool. I like. There's tons of courses here. There's tons of like ways to
Yeah,
play.
it looks like you could
Yeah.
design your own course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty
and
cool.
it'll just kind of like generate it, which is neat, you know, because it's neat to tell like, hey, there's a game that actually is kind of like procedurally generating things before you.
Yeah.
That was even a term, so it's cool.
With all skiing games, the control is like what you expect it to be, like from the Atari, and it's just
Yeah,
you
I-
lose all momentum if you try to make a sharp turn.
Yes,
I
yes,
I
that is
like
true.
these kind of games, so
Yeah.
you know.
No, I love skiing. Skiing on the Atari was one of my favorite games to play.
The Activision one, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Well, and
because, it was one of the few games I owned, but it was actually fun.
So for me, this is the game that brings me all the way back to my childhood sitting at my uncle's house, because this was one of the games. He had Cloudy Mountain, which we're going to get to later. He had baseball, and then a few others. And this is the one that I played the most when I went over there, just because I like just kind of chilling and sitting back, and trying to get through all these courses. I can't wait to play this again, you know, and in hopefully a different way of controlling.
Hang on a second. This might not be the U.S. skiing because
I'm not sure. Like I said, I think it was the rebranded version.
the copyright date at the beginning was 1988. Yeah,
I mean,
the original skiing game was 1980. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
why did they have a different later date?
It's
because
maybe
they
they made a
right?
revision.
Right.
But this game looks almost exactly like the one that I played when I was growing up. So, and he and my uncle had.
I think they probably lost the license.
Game.
Remember, Intellivision had that down period where nobody was doing anything with the license, and Keith Robinson picked it back up.
Yeah,
and
I think it might be the same deal with that hockey game on the last collection, where it's very much similar to the original game, but some minor tweaks.
Yeah, the NHL one, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the big version they did with the difference, I believe, with that one is they added one player to the newer version of it.
Yeah.
Player only.
Well, and they changed the control scheme a little bit.
Yeah, it's still a very unplayable mess in my opinion, but
Yeah.
But skiing's just fun. That's brings you it doesn't matter because this looks just like in a lot of ways Activision skiing, right?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
true. Yep.
Oh, look at this Star Wars.
Yes.
This was supposed to be a Star Wars.
I'm very unfamiliar with this game. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I know it mostly through DJC and Pete talking about it, but it's not it's fun, but it's kind of boring also. But it's supposed to be a Star Wars game. That's supposed to be the Death Star coming around the planet there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a race against time. So scores always counting down, and then you have to, as the bomber, go through and line up your shot and drop bombs into like the portals that are they give you an audio indicator, and then it kind of flies at you.
Stay on target.
Bomb in there. You got to hit every one of those bombs before the planet gets in line, and if you don't,
but that's Earth,
you
right?
die.
Yeah, that's Earth. Yeah.
So why does Earth get destroyed here?
Well, because you lost. You didn't blow up the base in time.
So that's supposed to be Yavin.
That's
That's supposed to be Yavin in Star Wars. And this Death Star, you're riding down the trench on. So
exactly.
When I was watching this originally, because I was like, where are we? Because that's the moon and the Earth is coming out. So where are we?
It's supposed to be that is Yavin.
Yeah.
And the moon is Yavin 4, which is the moon of the moon that the base is on. This is the Death Star, and it's supposed to be trench run. That's basically
okay. That makes a little more sense.
100%. Yeah. And then the fighters, they couldn't make them look
supposed to be TIE fighters and TIE bombers and interceptors and stuff like that. Yeah.
But
it's okay. I mean, it's
I
like,
don't know. I'm all about it. I love the brooding, this one I admire the tension, right? Because it is tense. You're the single fighter. You've got to take down the base. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so of course I just put myself in there, and it's it's another kind of technical cool game. You've got that that faux 3D stuff. It's fun. I like it. Can't wait to play some more. I want to see. I'm curious how it's going to control too. So,
it controls great on the Intellivision, so I'm assuming it controls great on the DS. So I'm sure it'll be fine, and it controls great on the I think Xbox and PlayStation version of this. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right, Motocross.
This is an expensive game too. I think this one.
Yeah, Motocross gets up there.
I don't think this is the expensive one because even I have this game.
This is like $80 complete in box, I think.
No, I spent less than $10 for it.
Really? Wow.
I think you're thinking of Stadium Mud Buggies.
Well, Stadium Mud Buggies.
That's worth a lot of money.
We're gonna get that one in just a little bit. Stadium Mud Buggies is hugely expensive. It's over $200.
But this, when I saw this was like, this reminds me of Racing Destruction Set.
I like this game.
Right.
What's funny is I have this game and I don't think I ever played it.
Oh, this one's
you
cool.
can change. You gotta make sure you set the right control scheme on this one though.
Yeah. So and again, I wonder how that's going to wind up happening when we get this version.
This can't be worth that much.
$40, $50 Canadian, if you get it through eBay.
Because I got this when I bought the Intellivision I had, and I just threw a whole bunch of games.
Yeah, it's about $50 Canadian.
Let's
get it. Like a complete in box, decent copy of it.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. And again, it's one of those things where it's they're you can tell that they're starting to play around with like the depth and and height in the levels, and you didn't see that back in you didn't see that a lot in a lot of the Atari games at the time. So
totally. Even when we get the Stadium Mud Buggies, that looks like this, but with monster trucks instead of motorbikes.
Exactly.
10 different ways to play. That game.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to playing this one just because it totally looks like Racing Destruction Set to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm saying I'm looking forward to playing it. I could play it right now if I wanted.
Nice. Yeah, Crimson Cross agrees with you. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So your Sharp Shot, which is basically a like a carnival shooter.
Mini game series?
Well, it's 4 mini games in which they took assets from 4 other Intellivision games.
Yep.
So this is obviously Cloudy Mountain assets right here.
Yep.
Sub game, I think it's either Sub Hunt or Sub Strike or something like that. Astro Smash for the last one with the shooter stuff like that, and footballs from Intellivision Football. So that's the one thing is like those 4 games are part of Sharp Shot, and it's funny because in Intellivision you have to hit top one of the triggers or something to go between the games. So I don't know how they're going to do it on the Evercade because the original Sharp Shot you have to reset the game.
Well, you know what? They have a reset button now.
Yeah. So this is fun because you get 4 little shooter games, which is cool. The football one's awesome because you got to make sure you don't throw it until the player's in your line. So if your quarterback's down here, you got to make sure the receiver's here and not covered when you throw to him.
So if you're playing by yourself, is it just that you're playing by yourself to get a high score, or is the CPU take control of the second player?
So I don't in the DS it's just you, so you only get your high score on one side. There is
that's probably the way it is here.
Yeah, on the DS version. But so this is pretty much Cloudy Mountain. I just think it's cool. Cool. 4 little mini games, and
this kind of reminds me of like like an Intellivision's version of like Airseat Battle. Only with like their nods to their own IP, which is neat. I think it's cool. So this will definitely be something that I'll sit down and play with with Douglas and
me. It's just fun. Like they had this idea, like let's take content from 4 games and put it together in this little mini package.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, very cool, very cool.
Not for everyone, but that's okay.
Yeah, and then of course there's not so much you can say about reversing.
It's better than a lot of board games out there, though.
That's true. I used to play.
Like I said, when I started playing on my DS collection, Yeah, I'm like, this is pretty fun.
I'm not particularly fond of this game in any way, shape, or form. It's primarily because every time I play this game, I never win. I've never figured out how to win.
Get good then.
I just rather not play it.
Yeah, that's true. You can say that about every game, though. Really, we were
So I
talking
used to
about
play
Dark
this-
Souls games and Elden Ring before the show started.
Yeah.
Most people don't try it or play it or return it, right? It's
Nope.
like, I don't want to play.
I can tell you how many times I tried playing this game, and it's like, oh, it looks like I'm gonna win. And
Oh, I'm not thinking it's great. I'm the biggest. I'm the biggest person who yells at board game video games. I hate them, but this is not the worst.
No. Well,
No,
I mean,
it's not.
I used to
It's
play.
playable and easy to get into. That's fine. That's
Right.
a good thing about it.
Well, and I used to play the computer version of this game all the time on my uncle's computer, growing up. So, like, you know, I was like, oh, I'll take a portable version of this game any day of the week.
I got one thing before we go on. I want to know how Intellivision Collection 1 sold, because there's still a lot more games that could come out, and possibility of an Intellivision Collection 3 would be awesome.
Absolutely.
There's still more games, right, that we haven't seen.
Well, and there was a ton of games that surprised me on this collection, because I didn't, you know, like, we don't know any of these any of the games that were going to be on the cart until we saw the thing yesterday. But there was so many of these that
I knew the day before.
I forgot about that
I knew
one.
the day
I forgot
before.
about that one. You know,
They let me know the day before the trailer come out, because
Nice.
I just asked. I said I got a bunch of videos for Intellivision Collection.
Yeah.
Nice. They told me, which I appreciate with Evercade.
That's
So
awesome.
that's how my video went out 15 minutes after.
Yeah. I know you were.
Because
you
you
were
were
on
saying it takes you
top of the
2 hours to make a video, and then that video came out 6 minutes after the announcement.
Yeah, the reason is
like,
because
hey,
I have a
this doesn't
special
add up.
thing with the Intellivision Collection. That's why they let me know the games. It's only for the Intellivision Collection, because I was a part of helping get them there. That's all. I don't know any other ones.
makes
It's just those two,
Yeah.
right?
No,
So I
yeah.
appreciate that.
No, yeah, and it's really
They don't
cool.
tell me any other secrets, people. Trust me, that Morph Cat came out, and that completely shocked me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. That was I was surprised at the two announcement day as well, which was
End of secrets now from Evercade. Cade is over because this last Intellivision Collection.
Oh well, yeah. Hey, you never know. You never know. It could be
No.
more. Some
What's going on in the world of Intellivision right now? It's
Oh,
like,
you know.
you best get this out, people.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right. So,
Mm.
Stadium Mud Buggies.
This game's like over $100. This game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the last time I checked, it was 200 completing bucks.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend anybody going and paying $200 on this for this game unless you are an Intellivision collector.
Yeah, unless you're going for the 125, I wouldn't recommend it either. But you know,
Well,
What,
this
you think
tug of
this
war.
game is terrible? You don't like this game?
No,
well,
I
yeah,
not worth
I think it's good. I think it's a great game. I just don't think
Okay.
it's worth $200.
It almost sounded like, oh, don't even look for this game ever.
Oh no,
Well, I mean, unless you're like, I wouldn't pay $200.
It almost sounded like you didn't like the game. That's
Who, me?
both of you.
Oh, no,
I'm not
yeah.
a huge fan of it. I'll be first to admit, I'm not a huge fan of it.
Okay, it just sounded because I've never played it. It looks
Oh
interesting.
no, trust me, controls are kind of messy in this game, bro. I'm just letting you know that right now. So
Yeah. Yeah, well,
and
if
plus,
they get,
where's the front of the car versus the back of the car? That gets messed up all the time when I'm playing it.
that's true.
I'll
Oh,
put it
yeah.
on the DS. It's dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't control well,
Yeah,
but maybe I'm just sucking at it. That's all.
Well, we'll see. It depends on how well it controls compared to Racing Destruction Set.
yes.
Yeah, well, it
It's not
doesn't
almost
control as good as motocross. Motocross controls much better.
Yeah.
okay.
You might like Motocross over Stadium Mud Buggies, but
Well, we'll
I
see.
don't know.
We'll see.
I still like this one. I the only time I ever played it was on an emulator. So because I never got a chance to get this cart. So
Well, you know, when we get this on the Evercade, you'll still be playing it on an emulator.
well, that's true.
Yeah, come on,
But,
man.
But yeah, you know, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this one, it looks cool, but I wish that it controlled better. You know,
But
from when
yeah,
I played it.
It doesn't
Based on-
control well.
Based on visuals of the footage I see, it does look like Motocross would be the more fun of the two games. But
Yeah,
This has
Yeah.
a lot more options, though. You can play this game like Destruction Derby, Tug of War, Straight Up Race,
Yeah, this-
Lap Race,
Yeah.
Single Race.
yeah, that's what
like you
it's-
could do.
it seems like.
yeah.
But I mean, I am gonna give them benefit of the doubt because I haven't played on anything but the DS, and I didn't play it like forever, right? So,
yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
but everything plays a little worse on the Intellivision controller in a lot of ways. Anyway, on that spin.
I would say
dial.
most things. Some things actually work in the controller's advantage. I don't think it's
Right.
very many things, but
Not very many, yeah.
No, yeah, there are some though that are pretty. Yeah, like
Crap
right.
down all the time when I say the original Intellivision controller sucked. Still maintain it. Sucked. The Gemini, best controller of that era.
Yeah.
Spinner, stick, and buttons that work. Yeah.
Nice. All right, so
Vectron.
when we get to Vectron, it's so weird. This game.
It's a shooter in which it's omnidirection, right? So that's the thing. You gotta. This is where the overlay is. I don't know how they're going to control this. The overlay is how you control the aiming.
Yeah.
So it's not the D-pad, right? So this is one I don't know if they really got a control solution, because you need the overlay because it has 8 different directions and you have to hit the arrow and press the button for it to shoot in those directions. Mm-hmm. So having a virtual keypad on this actually sucks. So unless they fix it on the DS, they didn't. DS, you couldn't use the D-pad to go in the direction you wanted to shoot. You have to use the overlay. So D-pads fire in that direction, Sean? If it is, this is going to be fun.
I have no idea what's going on in this footage. I've never played this game.
Okay, so you picture your gun is up top in the V, where the Vectron is. That's your spaceship. And you have 8 directions the controller goes. And you have to shoot it and shoot the pods and before they go a certain color and stuff. But on the Intellivision and the DS collection, you have to use the overlays to point in the direction. But Sean says the face buttons do the green radical. Perfect. Oh, so it's what? And the D button is the fire in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. It feels like a first-person shooter on the PSP, where one stick is the movement and the other stick, the 4 buttons is your direction, up, down, left, right, of where you're shooting. We'll see. This one I'm suspect on. I just need to play it.
The only other thing is the difficulty ramp on this game is like you go a little bit like this and then it's just straight up. So it's nearly impossible at the end. Papa Pete did a video where he played it, but he actually had to change his emulator settings because he was playing, I think, on the Ultimate Flashback, and he had to change settings so he could actually get through the game.
Which has the best version
it's so hard.
Which does have the better version of the controller.
This is like a dual stick shooter?
Kind of.
But it's weird. I've not played it where the D-pad and the buttons are the actual controllers. I've only played it with the buttons on the Intellivision and the overlays as your directional.
Huh.
So we'll see. But this one here, I even said in my video, I'm like, I don't know how this is going to play.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Either way, it's not a great game anyway.
Right? Not high on many people's lists.
Oh, this annoys me.
Super Pro Decathlon?
How you make the guy run? It's not pressing a button; it's going boop 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 boop.
That's how it is in a lot of games like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how they. Because I like that.
To me, this is like
sense on the Intellivision because the buttons aren't really good. So you got to go left, right.
To me, that looked like the Intellivision version of Summer Games.
But I actually got my 100-yard dash down to, I think I got it down to 12 seconds, which I was pretty proud of on one of my final attempts.
This game will be responsible for a lot of
people. My fingers were so beaten up after I did that. I'm like, I hate this game.
Well,
this game is really, now in my playthrough, I only did the capture video for 2 events, but actually went through it and actually found a little bit of fun in this game.
Yeah.
This seems like the kind of game that would be perfect for an arcade controller that was nothing but buttons.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but even the stick is much better for going back and forth to get your guy to run, right? Than a D-pad. I'd rather do it with the stick.
Well, that's true. But if you had 2 buttons, you could just.
Tap.
Yeah.
See, it's going to be hard for me to like this just because the NES version of Track and Field is still one of my favorite track and field games that ever been made. Like I just like that.
And in my opinion, I think I agree as far as like how I enjoy playing games like this. I like the the two button maneuvers, just the slamming of the buttons. Because I was the borrow the power pad from my cousin kid. That's how I liked my.
This game shows good though, graphic wise. That's great. Yeah. I think I'm gonna like it more on the Evercade now because it looks like Sean and him are doing some work with the controls.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've got the I should check these games out on Intellivision Lives on the Xbox and see, because if they've done the Xbox controls for a lot of these games, that's good, because the Xbox and PlayStation version, GameCube versions of those controls are pretty dope.
Yeah,
like they're better and they're much more intuitive. So yeah, Daley Thompson, man, isn't that a flashback? Like I'm in '84 Olympics, right?
yeah.
So this collection is coming out when, in May? I think
31st.
I think I have to have my keyboard arcade controller built before that.
Now this is one of the best surprises on the cart. I love this game. Other Force is amazing. A graphical powerhouse.
Yeah.
A big world you're exploring. Well, I mean, big for the time, right? But
right. Yep. No, this is definitely a fun one.
I've never heard of this game before. I've never seen it.
Oh,
So
Hoverforce?
you're in a helicopter shooting below at other helicopters.
And putting out fires.
Yep.
Okay. You got a water cannon too.
I like this guy. He's like, okay.
Don't ask me the story. I have no idea what's going on in this world. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I see. It says lasers at H2O. So you're fighting other helicopters while putting out the fires they cause?
Yeah, I think it's you're in a war zone, right?
Yeah,
That is crazy.
You're shooting missiles at you, so you're in a war zone, right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to get rid of the people, the bad guys, and save your city.
Yep.
I just made that story up. That's what I assume it is.
I think,
But
I think that's
Deadlock
pretty
put all
close
the manuals. Deadlock put all the manuals up on Evercade info. So go check it out because they usually
definitely check that out. That's linked in the description in the friends list of every Evercast. So go on in and check that.
Yeah, this game's epic. This game's
Yeah,
awesome.
no, this is cool. This was a cool surprise, and I definitely enjoy seeing the later INTV Corp titles make their way to the carts, because some of these people that'll look at this go, what is this? This is like, it's a game that came out way later. Everyone had written off the Intellivision, and then there's these cool games that are just like quirky fun, which is awesome.
This one's got the cart as extra chips in this one, right?
Yeah,
I think the cart has a few of the 86 on. I think they put some extra stuff. in
some of the
carts.
later ones, of course. Yeah, yep. This one, I think Spiker.
If I was in '86 and I didn't have a NES, and I had games like this, I'd be really happy, to be honest with you. Like, this
why not, right?
Because remember, the early NES games weren't that great looking. The black box NES, the black box NES games, like.
I don't think I got NES till '88. I think in '86 I was still playing Commodore 64.
I was still playing my Gemini. I got mine '87, I think, Christmas '87. I got mine NES.
Nice. Oh, Mark's working on the cover of the new Evercade Evolution magazine.
Nice, man.
By the way, that should be coming pretty soon.
These
Kind of working hard on that.
I keep them always. I'm always looking at them, perusing.
I've been buying them digitally because I'll lose the magazines.
My son made me my son made me this a while ago, and it's like one of my prized possessions, a Lego X-wing.
Nice, very cool.
It's awesome.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
He wants to destroy it every now and then. I'm like, no.
Well, that's what I used to do. We used to build like the cars out of Legos, and then like shoot them at each other at full speed to see whose car survived.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Destruction Derby, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go. Cloudy Mountain. The game we knew was coming, right? They confirmed that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man, this game. So many memories. This game is awesome.
It's cool. It's tough, but cool.
Oh, yeah, and it's terrifying especially when the dragon comes out, or the winged dragon.
You come out of the
arrows left.
Yes, the old Fago War. You go in the door. The place opens and you're like, gotta run.
Sad thing is, this might be the only Cloudy Mountain I ever play.
Oh no!
I don't think I put more than 15 minutes into this game, to be honest.
Probably doesn't take long to finish, right?
No.
You go through. Well, it depends what difficulty you go through too, right? And so it's just a great game. I just like it. It's fun, but again, you gotta work your way across the map, and it's just a fun game. Go play it. It's not groundbreaking, but at the time, this was pretty cool to play.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, this is one of the ones that this is a game that separated my opinion of Intellivision over that of the Atari. Because I grew up with the Atari 2600, and there's so many awesome consoleized versions of great arcade games, and that's where I go to the Atari for, like all that fast action. But there's actual, this is an adventure game, a true to form adventure game, and the Intellivision has this, and it has Tarman, and it has Tower of Doom, and it has all those other games that kind of like open the door a little more to exploration. And of course, I mean, you can always say, well, what about the NES? Of course, you have like Zelda and all that stuff later on. But I didn't have any of that stuff. Right?
Yeah, well, Zelda came out what, 4 years after,
and then
4
bought
years
it. Right, exactly. So, so
this
games
like this game, right? This is 1982, man.
1982, yeah.
This was compared to Adventure on the 2600. That was its direct competition, right? Pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, well,
and those games on Coleco.
Yep, and as far as presentation goes, I think this is definitely leaps and bounds above Adventure on the 2600 for sure.
I'm so shocked they never made a follow up to this game, like in 85, 86, like because it was one of the better selling games, right? Cloudy Mountain.
That's true. I mean, who knows? Maybe it was that they didn't think that they could do it without licensing, and by then they didn't want to do that.
Because this has 3 different names, right? It's Advanced Double Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
What's the other one? Adventure.
Yeah.
Adventure. It's called Adventure on Intellivision Lives, and then Cloudy Mountain here.
Yep. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just fun. It's just fun to remember. Yeah,
I love it just because I'm a huge Diablo fan and action dungeon ARPG games. So anything in that realm, I love. I just love naturally. So
very cool.
This collection, like there's a lot of strong games on there. A lot of games that have a bit of meat on their bones and they're less arcade. Like the first cart had some outside of Princess Quest, which we really shouldn't count in comparison to other Intellivision games, but they're more one-button shooters, one-button game, more arcade inspired, as opposed to these are more meatier games.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of this particular cart as far as like a overall package? Like excitement.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty epic. I think this is a very strong collection. Knowing anybody who's not familiar with Intellivision, go in knowing that these are like, pre 8-bit games in a lot of ways, and they have control concerns in some of them, but I like it. I like the collection.
Yeah, no, I think it's again. I mean, I'm an Intellivision fan, so like I love all these games anyway. But having them collected where I can take them with me is a pretty huge thing. And I know
Cloudy Mountain on the go, right? Like I've got the DS, which is great, but Evercade. Anyway, it's just a modern way to do it, and I take the Evercade everywhere I go. I don't take my DS everywhere I go because I'm scared to break it.
Here's a question: when we get our hands on a Intellivision Collection 2, do you think we'll unlock a hidden game by putting both Intellivision collections in the Evercade?
They have to, and I don't know any of this, so I hope it's Treasure of Tarman. I hope it's not Minotaur. What's Treasure of Tarman called? The non-advanced dungeon.
I thought it was still called Treasure of Tarman.
Okay, yeah, they just dropped the AD&D stuff off of it, right? Yeah. So I think that one. Problem is though, they can't really do that because the overlays are too important in that game in real time. Because as you're running through the hallways, you need to have a quick access to pick up, use ladder, open doors. But I think they should have a game that's unlocked.
Yeah.
My recommendation, though, is that for these games that actually need to use the keypad, at least have a picture of what the overlay looks like in the manual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what buttons do what. If you need to hit them.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because otherwise you have to look at some other website to figure out what buttons do.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think there should be a secret game. What that game will be, I have no idea what that game could be. They need to go get the Magic Collection. Yeah. That's what they need to do now.
Well, I mean, that could be a collection in and of itself, right?
Oh yeah,
Magic
There could be
Collection.
two collections for a Magic and be two very strong collections.
If you did in a Magic Collection, you could have a combination of Intellivision and Atari 2600 games in there, as well as some other systems. You know,
100%. Right? Yeah, absolutely. You could do that
because the best games on Atari, for the most part, were Activision games, and the best games on the Intellivision, for the most part, are Magic games.
Magic games, yeah, for sure. I mean, I would love that because even on the Intellivision side, you know, you could break up the iMagic set 6 and 6 and still have one left to do
for sure,
a combo hidden game with. So that
Ice
would
Track,
be cool.
Ice Track, Avoiding Caribou. I mean, that game is amazing.
And if you had two iMagic collections, the hidden game should be Truckin'.
Oh, that's not a great game though.
Exactly, that's why it should be hidden game.
Truckin' sucks. Truckin' sucks. I love how they got games on there like Dracula and Beauty and the Beast. Like, is there on iMagic?
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because people go, "Oh, they can't put those games on license." I know, man. Beauty and the Beast and Dracula are Creative Commons. You can't, you could use those names as games.
That's right.
Well, you could. It just had me thinking that I know you guys don't know anything about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but the problem with the show.
That silly music you had on before the show.
A lot of the characters and everything are named after real life bands. So when they bring it over here, they have to change the names of all the characters. And one of the characters' name is Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Oh, that's a song.
Yeah, I know, but that's the name of a character. They just call him D4C in the show. But they changed his name to Filthy Axe at a Reasonable Price.
Oh my god!
I was trying to
do word ACDC was
I was trying to think something like very similar for Beauty and the Beast. So you could just change Beauty to something else and Beast to something else, and you'd have the changed name.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
so Sean here asked the question: did anyone work out what the teaser said in the end? No, I think we got in the beginning. It was saying something from the manual of the game of Town of Doom.
Actually, I saw it printed out somewhere. It was in an article I read. It's if you want to keep going, I could try and find it.
I'm thinking about the Intellivision Collection 3. We could put the triple action games on there. That'd be awesome. Bowling, put bowling on there
for sure.
There's Space Hawk.
Yeah,
there's tons of space games on there that are pretty decent. Star Trek. We got Star Trek. We're getting Star Trek.
But it's Space
Hawk. Dreadnought Factor.
Dreadnought Factor. It's an Activision game.
That's Activision, so you can't do that one.
But is it Mission X, right? They could do that, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, why not?
And then Locomotion, although it was technically a Konami game, I think they could still do it because it was INTV Core had the license for it, so they could do that.
Or Space Battle.
Space Battle I think that one was that's kind of like the Space Invaders ish.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then you could do like a Sea Battle or Sub Hunt. It's a little bit heavy on Utopia. Yeah, why not, right? And then you could throw you could throw chess or checkers on there, but
what about the card games with
Las Vegas Poker and Blackjack? Definitely. I actually definitely thought it was going to be on here. Maybe, what if that's the hidden game?
Yeah, Microsurgeon would be good because that's like a shooter.
Yeah, that's a Magic game.
Oh yeah, crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we're assuming there's a hidden game.
I mean, come on, why not, right?
I'd rather Intellivision Collection 3 than a hidden game.
Than a hidden game. Yeah. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to slot them back in.
Because all the heavy hitters are really on right now are on the first two, so I think they could do a combo pack of some maybe homebrews and a few of the remaining Intellivision games too.
Yeah.
They could do a bunch of stuff if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
They should do I would start a series called Homebrew Collections and just find homebrews from like multiple different consoles and do a series of homebrew and name it Homebrew Collection 1.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I would dig it.
I found it. It actually says, prepare to face the greatest challenge any mortal has ever known. Did you escape alive?
Nice.
Oh, you're talking about that line from...
Yeah, that's exactly what it said.
It's from the manual. It's from the manual.
Yeah, did you escape alive?
Yeah.
That's what
that was a pretty cool teaser, but like it was funny. Yeah. It's like anybody who knew Intellivision games got it right away, just that skull. It's like it's so apparent what it was.
I like how somebody guessed Skeletor, and I was
I like oh man, he got on the Intellivision. Yeah, Masters of the Universe on the Intellivision is a decent little game.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and it depends on how the licensing works. They might be able to wouldn't they be able to just release it as is because they didn't alter it? They might be able to. That's Skeletor.
Yeah, why not?
That's Skeletor. Very cool. Very cool. So guys, we went an hour and 15 minutes just talking about the two trailers.
So we should push our arcade stuff.
Yeah, we should.
I was gonna say there's no way.
No way we're gonna get into that Technos stuff.
There's no way. There's no way, guys. But this was a cool conversation, though. I did definitely like.
Well, we didn't have Poo Poo Pants Ed here.
Oh,
poo pooing all the games.
No.
I'm Richard GoGameGo.
Oh, poor Ed. He's gonna come in and smack us all one. But yeah, no, that's awesome.
Ballistic says Evercade has not done a third collection of anything. Didn't they promise to do a third collection this year?
Yeah, I think they said that we're gonna get one announced at some point. So
people are talking about there's no roadmap. Like, where's the roadmap? Right?
Yeah,
March is here starting next week.
So the other little bit of news that happened is North America has now seen the official launch and release of the VS. So that's why we got this news drop on the same day, right?
I thought it released a month ago. I didn't think it was I thought it already released.
I think they had all those shipping issues, right? So it's actually physically.
It got delayed.
Anyone that had pre-orders was getting them all month long, but now you can just get one. So
I know, but I had mine.
Oh yeah, but I ordered mine from
I had mine from Video Games Plus a month ago. My white one.
I mean, it probably was just imported.
Yeah, I guess, but they're the official distributor in Canada, right?
Yeah, Video Games Plus, yeah.
Right, yeah. Remember, I gave the white one that I got from from Blaze. I gave that in a contest, so I didn't have my white one, so I ordered one from Video Games Plus. I had it a month ago. It's right over there.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I confused me. It said official launch. I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
I've had mine a month.
Yeah. No, you had it. You had it unofficially.
Yeah. Well, I bought it from an official distributor, though.
Yeah. Well,
they got it unofficially.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was just US though. Maybe it was just
US. Yeah.
Us down here in the US, we were just had to wait.
Or maybe they did a fake marketing launch day to get buzz going.
Yes. I could just picture Ed dropping a box of glass and chatting Richard GoGameGo.
I think we hit the button.
No.
Yeah, but a roadmap. But I was surprised we haven't seen a roadmap.
Canada
where they're going,
use the US distribution network. Got it.
Where they're going, they don't need roads.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Maybe. All right.
Back to the future thing.
So I guess we're gonna hit the reset button on the talk for Technos.
Yes, we'll do that next week.
We're gonna do Technos first 4 next week. That's Mysterious Stones, Blackout, Combat Tribes, and Double Dragon 2. And of course, we're gonna do our Evercast score challenge
if we get time. But we should let people know that May 31st, both those collections are out.
Yes, May 31st and March
31st.
In March, the pre-orders go. Yep. So
what do we have coming in March? We got a Renovation Collection.
Yep, Renovation and Gremlin.
And nothing in April, eh? That's weird.
Not that I see. Yeah.
Nothing in April.
It is a little weird. Unless they're sneaky. Unless you're going to sneak some arcade collections in the middle of that.
Well, they should, because this is no. They said so. It would be 27 and 28 though.
Yeah. Oh.
Because they're all numbered the same. They're all numbered. No, arcade collections are 1 through 4, so
That's
they
right.
could put arcades in April. They gotta put arcade collections. It feels weird that they launched the Evercade in November,
Yeah,
the
with
arcade
four-
stuff, and
yeah,
it's
with four
been
carts.
it'll be 6 months without a new arcade collection. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
need
thought that
to.
was, like, because a
Yeah.
lot of people really wanted arcade collections, so
Yeah.
it's kind of surprising that we haven't heard of another one yet.
Yeah, and they need to put new arcade collections out because most people bought the VS because of the arcade games.
Absolutely.
So to go 5 months or 6 months without an arcade release is really weird. They need to get on that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, for sure. So don't forget to get the poll down below. Hit that link.
Yeah, if you haven't voted yet, this
If
has
you
been
haven't
going
voted
on
yet,
for
force us to play some cool games.
Midnight Resistance in the lead.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then so then yeah, I think that's life is starting to happen over here. So I might have to go and
Yeah, I gotta go too because my son is going. My son's going for a double black belt today. So
oh, nice. Well,
he's doing weapons. He's in weapon training.
Nice. Well,
Yeah, it's gonna be
good luck to him, and hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We will be back next week with some more action.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you guys next time.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Oh, did you see the commercial he did at the Super